Harassing principal gets her reputation absolutely ruined. So I taught elementary school for over 20 years.
Post-COVID, I decided to pivot to something else because of conditions and this principal.
Anyway, she was hired as principal at a site that I was at for the majority of my time teaching. We had a long-term principal who had left a few years past and had a few years of a drunk racist principal that I helped get rid of, and then an interim principal who would fall asleep during IEPs. Not great. We can only go up from here, right? Wrong. There was automatic talk about the new principal being a little too friendly with the sports for kids guy. I just wanted to teach. After all the drama with drunk racist, I just wanted to keep my head down. Then, I started noticing that yes, they were extremely flirty with one another. He was driving around her new Mercedes. They would drink out of the same straw. He was always in her office behind her desk. It just didn't look good. She's in a position of power and married, and he's walking around campus like he's in charge of everything. But I don't get involved with other people's business unless it affects the children at school. Then someone called HR. Turns out they were banging all over school. Even when kids were on campus. All of the staff was interviewed by HR, but no action was taken, from my vantage point. She may have been written up. I don't know. From that point on, she had her sights set on me because she believed that I had called HR on her. I found this out because she started interviewing all the classified staff, telling them that she had heard that they had been gossiping with a teacher about the affair. The attendance clerk had the presence of mind to ask which teacher. She told him it was me. The clerk and I had a friendly relationship, but he didn't ever get involved with gossip or anything. He asked me directly if I had said that he had told me anything. I was shocked and angry. She is overstepping her authority by interviewing a subordinate without representation. She's also lying about me to a workmate and calling my integrity into question. I sent her an email directly asking her what she was doing because I didn't call HR. I'm a union person and would have gone through the grievance process. No response from her end. So I just avoid her and am going forward. They actively harass me. Or rather, he does. He throws balls at me. He makes little snide remarks in my direction. I try telling him to leave me alone. I tell her that I want to be left alone. Harassment continues. Then we have a big staff meeting on the general mood of the staff. Principal gives her lover the floor and he starts verbally attacking a teacher using her name and humiliating her in front of all the staff about perceived slights he endured from her. You're not supposed to use people's names, and a few of us call this out. Principal does nothing and allows him to continue to berate her for a few more minutes until it becomes unbearable for her and she leaves the room. Myself and a few others follow to check on her. She is shaking. We settle her down and talk for a while, trying to think up next steps. 2 days later, all of us who left the meeting were reported to HR by Loverboy. We have no idea of the charges against us and we have to wait weeks until we meet with HR and find out. All the charges are found to be untrue. She continued to harass me behind the scenes. Going so far as to tell me I was going to get sued if I told anybody. I was hospitalized with COVID, even though we're distance learning and not in direct contact. After a distance learning year, I left the school for another district and my mental health. She told my new principal I was a troublemaker, so the new one didn't like me. I had had enough and decided to leave teaching. I felt defeated and worn out. Then, I learned that the old principal had been allowed to resign after a HR complaint from a parent against her. For stealing PTA money. Of course, she then got a new job as a VP at the high school in the district I had just finished out my career in. Now for my petty revenge. I told the union president about her and what she had done in the neighboring district, as well as a lot of the high school teachers who would be working under her. I work in this town, which despite its relative size and proximity to several large cities, still is remarkably small. Meaning everybody knows everybody and word gets around. It always gives me a small thrill to hear someone I come across who tells me in a hushed voice, "Do you know about the VP at the high school? She apparently had adult relations on the campus of her old school and stole money from the PTA? Oh, is that right? Wow."